All right, let's talk about something we've all run into online. You click a link, and suddenly you land on a page that just feels intense. It's a mix of alarming, super curious, and maybe even a little bit pushy. Well, today, we're going to pull one of those pages apart, piece by piece, to see exactly how it works. Let's get into it. So, bam, this is the first thing that hits you. An absolutely shocking headline. I mean, it's designed to make you stop in your tracks. A green veggie, something you think is the epitome of healthy, is supposedly dangerous. It instantly creates this mystery that you just have to solve. What on earth could they be talking about? Okay, so you're hooked, right? You need to see this video and find out what this killer vegetable is. But then you get this. The video doesn't even play. It's broken. No, this is actually a really interesting moment. They promise you this big reveal, and then they snatch it away. If you think about it, that just makes you even more curious. So the video's a bust. Now what? Your eyes naturally start scanning the rest of the page, looking for answers. And this is exactly what the page designers want you to do. This is the pivot, moving you away from the hook and toward their real goal. Let's see where they lead us. And there it is. Before you find out a single thing about that scary vegetable, you're looking right at a sales offer. Think about that. The solution to a problem you didn't even know existed a few seconds ago is already being sold to you. The first number they show you is the regular price, almost $100. Now, this is a classic marketing move called price anchoring. They're setting a high value in your mind right from the get-go. This number's job is to make the next number look really, really good. And boom, there it is. Right next to that $100 price tag, you see this, just $37. Now, compared to what you just saw, that feels like an unbelievable bargain, doesn't it? It creates this feeling of, wow, I have to get this now. It's all about creating that sense of urgency. So then you get two choices, digital or physical. But here's the clever part. They're both priced exactly the same. The only difference is you have to pay extra for shipping if you want the physical copy. It's a subtle nudge, isn't it? It makes the instant, no extra fee digital download seem like a complete no-brainer. Okay, so we've got the hook and we've got the urgent offer. But why should you trust this page at all? Well, this next section is all about building credibility. And a really common way to do that is to borrow it from people who already have it. So the page starts name-dropping some very official-sounding places. You've got Emory University School of Medicine, a major journal, research institutes. Just seeing these names makes the whole thing feel more legitimate and scientific. Whether those sources are directly connected to the product or not, it's all about creating an impression of authority. So we've got the dramatic claim, the urgent offer, and the appeal to scientific authority. But you know, the most important information on a page like this is usually hidden in the one place most of us never look. You have to scroll all the way down. And here we are. Welcome to the land of tiny text and legal disclaimers. This is where all those big, bold promises from the top of the page come face to face with cold, hard reality. Check this out. One of the first things you find down here is this sentence. After that screaming warning headline that sounds like a major medical alert, the site's own disclaimer says its content is not professional medical advice. It literally tells you to go see your doctor. And it goes even deeper. The site comes right out and says that everything it presents, including the product it's selling, is based on the author's opinion. That completely reframes the whole thing, doesn't it? What felt like a scientific fact up top is, by their own admission, just one person's point of view. Now, this really lays it all out. When you put them side by side, the contrast is just wow. On the left, you have these powerful marketing promises, and on the right, you have the legal reality from the very same page. It's a perfect illustration of the huge gap between the sales pitch and what they'll actually stand by. So, after taking this thing apart from top to bottom, what have we really learned? Well, what we're seeing is a clear, repeatable formula. A blueprint, really, that's designed to do one thing and one thing only, persuade. And that blueprint follows a pretty standard pattern. First, you get that shocking hook to grab your attention. Second, you get an urgent, can't-miss offer before you really have time to think it through. Third, they use signals of authority to build your trust. And finally, you have the reveal in the fine print, which often contradicts the claims made at the beginning. You know, at the end of the day, this whole analysis isn't really about whether some vegetable is good or bad for you. The real story here is understanding the architecture of persuasion. It's about being able to spot the techniques being used online to guide your feelings and ultimately your decisions. And really, that leads us to the most important question. Now that we know this structure exists,
what can we do? What tools can we all start using? Things as simple as always scrolling down to the fine print or just questioning those act now offers to become smarter, more critical readers of everything we see online.